This is a spectacular moment. In this moment right now, with this group of people, this marks the creation of the first Summer Institute in Computational Social Science at a historically Black university.
So for too long, individuals of color were deprived access and opportunity to education, training, and the privileges of the dominant caste, as it were. And so first and foremost, Howard is dedicating to increasing access and opportunity. And so we're going to work to partner with institutions to break down these barriers.
My name is Nanette Coleman.
Hi everyone, I'm Abiodun Hataloye.
My name is Kimberly Baxter.
I'm Meredith Clark.
I'm Richmond.
I am Troy.
My name is Janira Easley.
I'm Regina.
Benjamin Fields.
I am Todd Hall.
I am Nicole Jenkins.
Hi, my name is Erica Metsa.
I'm Rashad Miles.
I'm Yondu Mori.
I'm Ayorinde Oguniola.
I'm Ibukum.
I'm Felix Owusu. My name is Jeremy Prim.
My name is Ebony Russ.
Regis Saxton.
My name is Marissa Smith.
My name is Yash Tarimala.
Hi, I'm Maxine. My name is Swazi Kelly's Wangson.
And Elaine. And this SICSS, alongside all the bells and whistles you're going to get at every other SICSS, is going to remind us of the fact that it is courageous and powerful and an act of revolution for Black spaces to walk into these spaces. We don't want to leave that or scrape that off at the door. We want that to be a big part of who we are and how we are in this space. So every step of the way, and that starts with our time together these first 2 days. So praxis to power is something that does not exist at any other site.
I'm really excited to be here because not only is this to be an RUO year at an HBCU, but it is a really Black positive space.
What I'm trying to get out of this program is basically skills on, like data wrangling, data mining.
I'm interested in refreshing my machine learning skills as well as become more efficient in utilizing qualitative data to inform quantitative data.
The organizers and participants are very welcoming and they make the environment very much relaxed for everyone. So I think that has helped me to learn a lot of things.
I hope we all come out with a lot of research projects that will help our community as a whole.
So I think the population of students I chose to work with, I thought about going different places, but at a certain point I recognized that Howard was the place I wanted to be because I felt like I could be my most true academic self at Howard and not be looked at differently.
In a lot of spaces, I have to make myself visible just because people will just not pay attention to me. And so usually I have, some sort of t-shirt on, something like, you're going to see who I am, and be unapologetic with it. So being a Black woman, being a Black queer woman in the academy has been very interesting just because you kind of have to make your voice heard.
And this is also something I recommend that you stay in practice with during your time with SICSS. Connecting with others, checking in together, creating space to just be and reflect. We don't often reflect on our achievements and look back at how far we've come. So creating a to-do list can help to remind us of how dope we are.
So the first thing that you might want to start to do is thinking about the big paradigm behind learning programming or art studio, and then become familiar with that. And that can give you confidence and kind of framework to work with to learn more details later on.
Just a reminder to arrive in this space as you are enough. Whatever you have to give, the questions that you bring to the table today are enough. Please make sure you put yourself first. Everyone in this space is a student, no matter your title, whether you have a business card or not. We are all arriving here to learn. Welcome to the first day of the Summer Institute in Computational Social Science at Howard University, sponsored by Mathematica.
To continue to breathe, continue to take notes. Also, leave imposter syndrome at the door.
The case study you'll be reviewing today is the ethics of using Patreon's data hack and academic data standards.
Beyond the richer questions of whether this is data that should be used or the so-called purity of the data, which I raised an issue about in our group, but just thinking through the logics of what we are talking about when we talk about different data sets and making sure that our analogies aren't horrible.
SICSS has helped us to really think about those issues, about ethical issues, before you go on and think about efficiency and think about development where it doesn't factor humans and how they exist in society. You know, what does that mean for our society? So that's helped me quite a bit articulate these issues in the public.
Welcome to the second day of SICSS-Howard Mathematica.
Have fun, laugh, enjoy the process.
So you'll be trying to come up with a sampling frame and a research question that has to do with digital trace data.
Our research question was focused around how the use of the words raise Black Lives Matter, and other similar hashtags or wordings changed between 2019 and 2021 among corporate accounts. And
saying there's so much power in everyone being able to edit just shows that you do have the power to change these pages, and you are the people most qualified to do so.
The great thing about Wikidata is that anyone can participate. There's no course you have to take. There's no qualifications you need. Anyone can start.
Welcome. It's the middle of the week, and we're going to be highlighting that and reminding you that, you know, the middle of the week is a great time to make a change.
Dive into this work and all the resources that have been brought to you over the last 2 weeks, and think about how do we make this the gift that keeps on giving.
Today, we're going to have a more structured group exercise designed to compare the strengths and weaknesses of different text analysis techniques when they're applied to a single data set.
So this is predicting retweet count by sentiment. And so it seems that, like, with the more negative sentiments were positively correlated with the retweet count numbers. And
is it sound scientifically? And it turns out that having transparency information on something when you pick it up actually does change behavior.
I think once you understand what it is we're doing and making a food nutrition label, so to speak, for a data set, that metaphor carries a lot of weight.
Welcome to day 4, Surveys in the Digital Age for SICSS-Howard Mathematica.
It is your responsibility to get to the next level and to know that you're supposed to be there.
So the activity today is you're designing a questionnaire using questions already asked on a high quality survey. Compare results from your survey to the results from a high quality survey that we provide. Try different approaches to weighting and see how that changes our estimates.
We would like to randomize questions within each block, and also the selection choices in the demographic questions.
First, thanks, Jeanette, for the wonderful introduction, and thanks for having me at this event. I'm really excited to see you all and to be here talking about how you can access administrative data for research and how that intersects with data privacy also.
Welcome to day 5 of SICSS-Howard Mathematica. So in this activity, you'll take part in a simulated Fragile Families Challenge. You'll use the Fragile Families and Child Wellbeing Study data collected from child's birth to age 9 to predict 6 outcomes at child age 15.
Lots of struggles, but it was a good process to think through different ways of doing it. And we did have an outcome variable with all of the predictors included. So I think we made a lot of progress.
Fact-checking is a relatively new space, but specifically with regards efforts to tackle deepfakes.
The danger that deepfakes pose. As deepfakes get better and better and better, our trust in media slowly erodes.
On Thursday, President Biden signed into law a bill creating a holiday to commemorate Juneteenth. The day marks the end of slavery in Texas. Our aim now more than ever is to impress upon organizations the importance of meaningful and thoughtful commemoration of Juneteenth, and urging companies to not flatten employees to one identity, rather to embrace the complexity and beauty of intersectionality. So that's my colleague and classmate, Jasmine. We're going to head into data assurance now. I'm so sorry.
We are all set to go.
We're having a dance party.
Something that I've taken away from speakers and facilitators is that being intentional. It's been a great time so far, and I've been able to meet quite a number of people.
The people are all awesome. I came in knowing nobody, and I feel like I'm already walking away with like future colleagues.
The possibilities and endless things that could be used for opens my horizons.
I'm really being exposed to new kinds of methods, new kinds of analysis that I didn't even know existed. And so that's creating or bringing up new project ideas for me already.
And it also introduced me to one part of research that I understood before, but not really the importance or how it was done or how it could be done, at least in a social science context, which is mass collaboration.
I mean, I know I spent the whole day troubleshooting and everything, but I feel better than I did before. Sometimes things just don't work, and that's okay.
Welcome to day 6 of SICSS-Howard Mathematica.
In academia, it's really about networking. It's really about feeling good about the work that you're doing and feeling good about the people that you work with.
Research speed dating modified. All right, so we're going to start this morning by crowdsourcing a list of research interests.
There's an opportunity to help design better methods, be more thoughtful about when we want to use or deploy AI systems, be aware of the kinds of mistakes and biases that they have and how these biases can lead to serious harm.
I see AI affecting the lives of Black people through the various kind of decision-making systems that have come through to make different kind of government decisions.
Who are we for? What is our membership for? And I think one of the things we decided to be very intentional about is to have a very broad view of what encompasses AI.
I like to start with this because it gets us thinking about automation of all kinds and what all we need to actually develop technology in a way that is humane, just, fair, equitable.
Welcome to day 7 of SICSS-Howard Mathematica.
When you talk through certain infant structures, it helps you understand how much of an expert you are.
Open access advances equity, access, and opportunity for everybody across the world, regardless of their economic circumstances.
But are there other places that you think are good resources to look into to understand your rights as a scholar to share your work?
Our mission is to shed the light that we can on the global economy, mostly the US economy, so that they can make more informed decisions about policy.
Question is if you can talk a little bit more about how you engage with policymakers, and you had just started talking about what kind of data that they're interested, but if you could speak a little bit more about what questions they want answered, what kind of data you use, and what kinds of policy decisions that you've seen come out of that.
And we evolved the policy conversation in some cases with the policymakers.
Welcome to day 8 of SICSS-Howard Mathematica.
The magic happens for you when you're doing work that's personally important to you and you're supported in doing so. And what we wanted to do today is offer you some different voices from Mathematica to hear from today and understand what are some of the paths they've taken, what are some of the trade-offs and choices they've made.
And so if there's anything you take away from today, is to really think about phones as a data collection tool. It's something that the people can do, that students can do. It's much more feasible now.
Welcome to day 9 of SICSS-Howard Mathematica.
This experience will have a tremendous impact on your career as well, in that you now have a new tool in your toolbox that you didn't have before you got here.
We wanted the leadership of this field to look more like the students, and the students to look more like our world.
If you think you might fit, you probably do.
But images translate much more seamlessly across cultures. I don't need to understand Mandarin to understand a picture that was posted in China.
Thank you all for joining us for day 10 of SICSS-Howard Mathematica.
You guys are needed. Your voice is needed. Your work is needed. And you showing up fully in every space that you get a chance to operate in is needed.
Collective action works. You might think that as an individual that you'll get farther, but generally collective action works because you can protect each other.
These past 2 weeks, I've really been able to engage with other scholars from across the world
learning more about R, Python, and other computational social science methods that I could have only dreamed of being able to learn more about.
So I'm excited to apply the tools that we've learned to my own research and add another dimension of depth to my quantitative work on the criminal legal system.
There are a few words that stood out to me and will continue to be with me as I proceed in my career, like running my race.
Imposter syndrome is also regularly addressed within this experience, but it's not given a lot of power.
So I've taken away not only a valuable skill set, but I've taken away kind of a new confidence and a community.
I hope that based on the spark of what you've learned over the past 2 weeks, as well as before that, you'll help the entire evidence community better understand the mechanisms that lead to inequity and help identify the mechanisms that will undo the harm going forward.
Thank you very much, everyone. We have finally reached the end of SICSS-Howard Mathematica, the inaugural Summer Institute in Computational Social Science at Howard University, the first SICSS at an HBCU. It's time to take a breath. It's time to take in all the amazing things that you learned, the amazing people that you met. We're going to take a few minutes and say some thank yous. It's extremely important to pause and make sure we say the names and see the names of all the amazing people that have helped to make this happen. I say that because we have all been in spaces where we have done exceptional work and no one has said our names. So we're going to take a minute and thank the various people that have been part of this. So the incredible staff at Howard University, the incredible staff at Mathematica, all the fantastic teaching assistants from Mathematica, our honorary teaching assistant from SICSS Helsinki, our opening plenary, Praxis to Power, faculty roundtable, alumni roundtable speakers of color from SICSS, lunchtime speakers, our Juneteenth DJ, guest speakers, Mathematica roundtable speakers, our keynote, closing plenary, all of our phenomenal participants from around the world, as well as our amazing event staff. And of course, I would be remiss if I did not thank our founders, Chris Bale and Matt Salganik. Until next time. Thank you all for watching. For more information on SICSS-Howard Mathematica, visit our website, follow us on social media, and join our email list.